Hello and welcome to another video review by thepilot.report.com. I'm your host Len Costa, and today I'll be showing you how to use the FlyBy Nav iPhone application. Now this application is available, it's not a universal app, so it will work on your iPad and your iPhone. However, on the iPad, it will be expanded, the pixels will be double, and it doesn't utilize the full high-definition screen real estate as normal. So I'm demonstrating this application today on the iPhone. Now, the application, again, is FlyBy Nav. Now, there's all kinds of information in here, and it's, telling me it's basically a flight. It gives me some assistance with flight planning. And the first thing I always like to do when I open an application is go to the setup screen and make sure that everything is appropriate to the country that I'm operating in. Now, we're using waypoint data file from the USA. There's a little bit of a sort of a disclaimer here, so it looks like we're good there. Okay, we'll go ahead and go back. Let's do something realistic, like let's go from Lakeland, Florida, and we want to go to Frederick, Maryland. I should type that in correctly. Let's try KFDK. Okay, there we go. And then we hit done. Now, the first thing you want to do after, actually, it looks like I didn't set up the aircraft yet. So in the top right-hand corner, let's go ahead and select aircraft. Let's see, I want to take my dad's Cessna 421. Of course, my dad doesn't actually have a Cessna 421. But anyway, for the example here, let's say we're operating, actually, let's make this more realistic, Cessna 172. Speed of 105 true knots. We give it a 5-minute bias, 7.5-hour fuel rate. Okay, so let's see. Okay, good. So we'll go ahead and we'll click OK in the bottom. And now you'll notice that all of our calculations here are going to be based off of flying the Cessna 172 from Lakeland, Florida to Frederick, Maryland. Now, essentially, all I've done here was started out by adding my point of departure and my point of arrival in the field here in the left and also the field here in the right. One quick option if you want to change directions is you just use this button here in the middle, the double arrow left and right, and it will just reverse the flight plan. So we'll just continue back using Lakeland to Frederick. What you'll notice here is it gives me the outbound track, heading, and distance. This distance is 723 nautical miles. The fuel burn is, let's see, where did it go? Oh, there it is at the very bottom, 54.1 gallons at 7.5 gallons an hour. It's going to take us just under 7 hours to get there. Now we can change, let's see, change all these fields by just clicking on them. So say, for instance, we're in flight, we get a nice tailwind, and our ground speed picks up to 123. We're running a little bit lean, so we're 6.5. And let's see, the wind is, where did this go here? Okay, there we go. The wind is 180 at 27. Click OK. And that picked us up to 148 knot ground speed there. So very nice. So this will tell us, again, just some quick calculations. If you click on the right-hand side here, you'll see there's some options for magnetic, true, and grid. I'm not exactly sure what grid is, to be quite honest with you. It's not a calculation I've seen before. We'll keep it on magnetic, and then we can change from nautical miles to statute miles to kilometers, so keep it there. The other thing we can do here is click on the map page, and it will give us a readout on the map and show us essentially, a point of departure just like this. Now, obviously, this is not for navigation. It's always a reference point. I bet that's what it says here in this information. The information here tells us essentially that this is the nature of the map is not to be used for navigation, so no problem there. We've got satellite view pulling up right now. Maybe it's a little slow. But it's offline. That's why. Well, that'll do it. So there's the map view, and let's see what this flyby reduced to like your current navigation, current location. Yeah, we don't need to do that right now. Okay. METAR and TAF. It's going to pull up the information for the METAR point of departure and METAR and TAF for point of departure and your point of arrival. The options at the very bottom are how you select between METAR, TAF, and decoded weather. Now, if I wanted to see, this is using Lakeland. If I wanted to check out Frederick, I just click on FDK, and we can go ahead and page through those. The information here is downloaded from the NOA website, but it is not to be used for flight planning as it's not checked for accuracy and may be out of date. So always do official flight planning through the all the official means that you normally would. These applications that are out there are a helpful reference, sort of a quick reference to give you some information, but you always want to do all your flight planning and all your weather verification through official channels. Going back to the main page here, we've pretty much exhausted all the options here except for basically the bookmarking. So you can save favorite waypoints, and let's see, to add a waypoint from the favorite list, navigate to the search waypoint screen by pressing either the to or from, then search the waypoint and press the action button. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go back and see how this works. I don't know if let's see. Ooh, look at this. I didn't even realize this page existed. So what I just did there was I clicked on the word from here right above KLAL, and it pulled up this nice little sort of information page with the frequencies and a map. Now this option here is add bookmarks. So at the very bottom where it shows the square and the arrow, if I click on that, I can add a bookmark. That brings it to my favorites. Now let's see if we can add and edit information and enter any notes in here that we want. I'm not going to change anything, so I'll hit cancel. And the next option here is we'll just click OK and get back. So now that we added it to bookmark, I believe there it is. So it's in there under bookmark. If we go and hit the 2 right above KFDK, it'll pull up the same thing, a screen that we were looking at, gives us the information about the airport. Let's see. And that zooms in there. Okay. Very nice. I'm going to go ahead and add this as a bookmark to favorite as well. So again, this is just a very quick application to show you, give you some idea of, some flight planning specifics, but not necessarily being all the official means that you would normally do. The application is pretty neat as far as being quick and efficient. The layout for me seems maybe just a little cluttered, if you will. There's a lot of information going on the screen, but it shows you exactly what you need to know. It's quick, it's efficient. It does have some weather references. So far, I like this application. Of course, I believe you can add. Let's see, there should be, an option to add new aircraft if your aircraft's not in there. We'll click that real quick, and then you just fill in the fields here, and that's how this application works. So, once again, this application can be downloaded at thepilotreport.com/FlyBy Nav. I'm Len Costa. If you've enjoyed this video review, check us out on the main website at thepilotreport.com to see the rest of our video reviews on other aviation products and demonstrations. I'm Len Costa. Thanks for tuning in today, and clear skies and calm winds.